you know? So, but this is the thing that your average clown, your average Joe Schmo imbecile clown, who's probably a hipster sitting in some, gastropub, in some chic city, is sitting around going, yeah, those conspiracy theorists they don't know anything that they're talking about, and they believe Bohemian Grove isn't just an old man's club where they got to blow off steam, because they're a know-nothing piece of trash. That's what they are. That's what these hipsters and these coincidence theorists are, know-nothing pieces of trash whose parents didn't raise them, and they themselves were low-life pieces of trash.
Yeah, I remember watching Who Took Johnny on Netflix and then researching Paul Benassi, the whistleblower of the whole thing.
It's a nice documentary to vomit to.
Yes. And Paul Benassi talks about going into the redwoods in San Francisco. He doesn't even know he's describing the Bohemian Grove.
Know what it's called. Yep.
But Paul Benassi told things to Noreen Gosh about her son Johnny that were too similar. That therefore he had to have known Johnny in person post kidnapping. So that is why I have no problem saying that I totally endorse something like that, because I believe that Paul Benassi, Ted Gunderson, the Franklin cover-up guy, John DeCamp, I think those sources are so reliable.
Yeah, people really should read the Franklin cover-up by John DeCamp. Maybe some of these imbecile hipsters will believe it when it comes from a state senator. It has to come from a member of the government, right, for it to be true. Okay, then they'll say, oh, no, just magically, I would believe it if it came from the news. The media always tells us the truth. Here's the other thing. How did this millennial hipster trash generation get to the point where their brains are so goddamn broken that they believe what the mainstream media sells them every night? I mean, you want to talk about, they need a fire hose to get the Kool-Aid down the gullet fast enough. Give me the fire hose. Oh, wait a minute. I need a funnel. Shove a funnel in there. Now the fire hose. I mean, seriously. What planet do these hipsters and these trash millennials come from? What planet are you from? You actually believe the media is trying to tell you the truth? You are a mental midget moron. There's no other way to say it. You can't say it nicely. There's no other term. Your brain is full of liquid shit. How's that? Is that good enough? Is that an easy enough way to say it? Okay, you don't know a thing about a thing. That's it. You don't know one thing about the first thing. Okay, and it's sad. It's sad to see these people are having conversations all around every night. Oh yeah, those conspiracy theorists. No, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a person who researches the nature of reality on this planet. Has nothing to do with theorizing anything. I apply scientific methodology and truth-seeking methodology, and it's called the trivium process, to learn about what is true and what is not true. And you want to have all these things stacked one on top of another, and you want to say it's all coincidence. You wouldn't say it's coincidence if somebody broke in your door with a shotgun, pointed it to your head, and you'd still say it's just a coincidence. I'm not actually being robbed. That's how stupid these people are.
Well, it's incredible. You think like, oh, we really need someone to get the courage on the inside to come out and expose this stuff. And then Smedley Butler, most highly decorated veteran, and then Dwight D. Eisenhower come out and say, yeah, wars are for money, and there's a military-industrial complex. And people still don't buy it because the co-opting or the propaganda response, the disinfo afterwards, the framing of the story is so strong, we can get a president to come out and say military-industrial complex, or Smedley Butler to say war is a racket, and people will still support wars based on false flags. The Gulf of Tonkin was after Eisenhower said, watch out. No
problem, reaction solution. Yeah.
I know. The USS Liberty was just incredible things.
That's the power of mind control. That's the power of mind control and media propaganda. And here's the thing, Keith, here's what they told me. People say, how'd you get out of the dark occult? Very easily. I turned around and walked out the door, and I was never heard from again, and no one ever contacted me again. It was that easy. Okay? Because I didn't, quote unquote, know where the bodies are buried. I was never initiated into these societies that high. Okay, to where a point where I was actually working in crimes, in criminal activities that they conduct, and murders of people that they conduct. So I never reached that level of the big club. Okay, they just recognized I had good communication skills, that I had a lot of passion, that I didn't give up, and they wanted me on their team. That's it. So they were slowly grooming me for that, but they never took me into their confidence with larger stuff. Okay, when I was at a ritual one night in Northern Maryland, a higher level member of the organization, I was speaking with him, and when I said to him, I am beginning to understand more about what this is about, and I didn't really sign up for human enslavement. I signed up for an understanding of the occult as this is compartmentalized knowledge that is most people don't understand, and those who do understand it get a leg up on those people. So like if I get this, I might be able to manipulate somebody, because I was very in ego and living for only my own purposes and my own desires at that point, okay, until I understood all of this, and that really shook me out of that mindset real quick, okay. And I said, I know the occult knowledge can give me an advantage when it comes to human psychology. And if you have that advantage, you're going to translate that into a power advantage in the world, and you're going to make more money than the other person. You're going to get better opportunities than the other person. So I said, that's why I'm in it, for just my own selfish reasons. Okay. And now that I'm realizing that this society is way bigger than what I thought it was. Okay, these groups are they have hooks. It's not just this group. You have to understand that this was not, they're not calling themselves one group. This was eclectic members of people from all different elements of Satanism. Some people were attracted to it from the Temple of Set, some from the Church of Satan, some from, other Luciferic orders, or just average people who had not even really studied it that deeply, and just, were tapped by someone because they had abilities and skills, and they wanted to see what they could do for the network. Okay, the overarching network, you got to understand, it doesn't have a name. They don't call themselves the Illuminati. They don't call themselves the Satanists. They don't call themselves the Luciferians. They don't call themselves, the Great Brotherhood or any other name. They don't have a name. This cult doesn't have a name. There is no thing that they refer to themselves as. It's just to them, it's us. And everybody else is those we're going to enslave and we're going to have power over as gods. That's it. That's all it is. Okay? They're not going to refer to themselves as something so that they can be identified easily. Okay? There is no name for the big cult that runs the world. Okay? It's an eclectic, diverse organization of networks that work together for common causes, for common goals. Okay? So when I told him, I recognize this is all like everybody here, they're all connected into something bigger. Okay? And that something bigger, what it's really trying to do is enslave everybody. I'm like, I didn't sign up for that. That's not what my personal goals are, to help you enslave everybody. And he basically said to me, there's the door, boy. Just like that. With no concern. You don't like what we do here? You think we need you? Goodbye. Just like that. Okay? So he said, you make a decision. You're on board and you're with us and you'll go farther, or get out now. There's the door. And we don't want anything to do with you. And there will be absolutely it will be like you don't exist to us. He said something to that effect. It'll be like you never existed. You don't exist to us. You make that decision, and that's your one chance. You're either here on this side or you're going on the other side, and you don't exist to us. Okay? And I said, well, you don't even care if I tell people what you do and what your plans, your goals are, and how you do it? He said, let me tell you something. If we wanted to undo the trance that we have put in our history of our network, our organization, our family, whatever you want to call it, okay? If we wanted to say, here's the legacy of what all the people who are in our line of knowledge, okay, have done to human beings, the trance mind state, the entranced mind condition that we have put them in. If we wanted to come out in the open to the public and say to them, we did this, this is how our group is structured and organized, here's its history throughout time, and here's how we did it. Here's all the methods, the methodology that we use to do it, and here's how we put people in the condition that they are in. He said, if we publicly disclosed everything that we know and that we have done, the public would not accept that reality from us, ourselves, even though we are the ones who have done it and can explain how we have done it. The public would still choose to exist in ignorance and say to themselves, because it's more comfortable, no, this isn't happening. No, this can't be done. No, this has not been done. No, it is not like this. This isn't about doing anything new, folks. This is about not doing the things we're already doing. The solution doesn't lie in building anything new. I hear this all the time. We need to show people we can do this way, this way, this way, this way by building all this and that and that and that. And none of that's required. I'm not a person who thinks we need to build all this stuff and have it already ready and waiting for oh, well, we're not going to do this anymore. Now we have this to go to. I don't accept this as the solution. The solution is just to stop doing the things that we are doing that is wrong, that are wrong. That's it. Nothing else. We don't need to build a damn thing. We need no new solutions in place. If you are one of these people that think you have to tell me every single solution for why this, and that can be done or should be done or how it could be done. No, I don't need to do no such goddamn thing at all. I'm explaining to you, here's what's being done. It's wrong. Stop doing it. I don't care what you do after that as long as it's not another wrong. Not interested. Not in the slightest. What I am interested in is actions are being done that people don't have a right to take, that are taking my freedom and everybody else's freedom. That's what I'm interested in. I'm not going to build any other systems. Like, you think I'm going to use my knowledge, wisdom, scientific know-how, anything? I'm not contributing. I will let this world crumble to dust before I build something and then the controllers take it. No, we need to stop complying and say, I'm going to quit my job. I'm not building any infrastructure. I'm not helping you at all. Everything that I do is going to be toward the great work of ending this slavery before one other thing is created. The answer doesn't lie in creating anything new. The answer is apophatic, as all truth is. Don't do the harmful things that we don't have the right to do by taking other people's property and rights and life. That's it. Stop doing those things. Everything will organically change after that behavior is not engaged in anymore. But no, nobody wants to hear that. No, because they want their comfort. They want to end slavery in pure comfort. Oh, we'll just magically slip into the new magic slippers. These old leather slippers are all worn out. So we'll slip magically into the nice pearly slippers. Okay? And it'll be a wonderful transformative process with no pain required. Because why? Because we deserve a painless transformation to freedom because of what we've allowed, all the shit we've allowed. Yeah, keep telling that to yourself. This is going to be, are way past that point, folks. You believe this is going to be a non-painful process, you're a prankster with yourself. You're pranking your own mind if you believe that. Okay? And it's not about building the new. It's about destroying that which should not be. That which doesn't have any right to continue to exist. This is truth and freedom are destructive processes. And you need to stop this ridiculous little child. It's a childish notion. This is a child. I need to know that I can step from this platform to this platform and not get hurt. You're a child. You're a child. You're a child who cares about whether something's safe versus whether it's right or not. Can't you see how fucked up that is? People can't see how fucked up that is. They don't want to see it because they want the easy answer and the easy path, and there is no easy answer or path. The answer is stop doing the harmful behaviors that you have no fucking right to do. And then you'll see a world based in freedom. That's the real answer. But no one wants to hear that, so I'm unpopular. I won't get invited on any big talk shows to talk about it, Keith, okay? All right? You know what? I'm much more happy with being interviewed by somebody like you than to some of the bigger imbeciles who don't want to know what the real solution is and aren't really dedicated to truth, okay? So I'll take smaller venues like this to put out how I really feel rather than sell out and go to people who I know that they're not really interested in the real solution and they want to take measures that are half-assed measures at best. Okay? We have to change the condition of human slavery to a condition of human freedom. That's the ultimate purpose for why we are here in life. All of us. We have a shared purpose to end the immoral condition that we are being held in duress and slavery and to make humanity free. Free to do what? I don't know. That's what I want to find out. What is our real potential? That's what drives me to do this, because I don't believe that humanity's potential is endless death and destruction. I believe humanity's potential is endless creativity and understanding. And we could go to the stars. That's where I believe is what I believe is possible. That's my worldview, okay? But that ain't going to happen in the current condition that humanity's messed up mindset is in. We have to get it way transformed from the current human mindset of what is bumping around in between these temples nowadays with most human beings, because it's really badly screwed up. And we're not going to accomplish that goal unless more people become teachers of natural law and objective, true morality. Until we get enough people that want to do that work, expect the conditions to stay the same and grow infinitely worse even. So, that's my ultimate message. I'm telling you that because you have to get yourself spiritually prepared. You have to get yourself spiritually prepared to be ready for and prepared for what is coming. What is coming is not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. I'm not a psychic. I don't have any special powers. I am going by what I observe. And what I observe is a completely ignorant population that is infinitely more ignorant in the last 10 years than they were back in 2007 and 8, when I thought humanity actually had a chance of waking up. They hit us with the sledgehammers since then of propaganda and untruth and disinformation and just absolutely preying upon people who have naive minds. I'm telling you, the ship has turned around 180 degrees and we are going exactly in the wrong direction from 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I had way more of a positive outlook and hope that things could be turned around. And today, I'm telling you right now, everybody better start getting their houses spiritually prepared for a very negative time that we're going to all be going through together. And that's why it's important to learn from each other and support each other, because we're going to need to build some networks in place to have some support in these times. Because I'm telling you, what's coming is going to be dreadfully dark. I'm not saying that to discourage anybody. This is not fear mongering. This is my assessment of what the world has been, the people of the world have become. And it's tragic that it had to go that way, because there is enough technology and knowledge in the world for people for this to reach everyone's eyes and ears. And you know what we're doing with it? We're squandering that opportunity. We're squandering it. So I think that's a good and honest place for me to leave it, with the appeal that it doesn't have to be that way. That's not written in stone. That is not how it must be. That is what we are collectively choosing with our free will to make it be like, because not enough people are learning objective morality and teaching it to others. And we are rejecting it as a whole, as a species, and therefore we are going to have to suffer the consequences, because no one escapes law. not man's law. No one escapes the laws of the universe. So I think that's a pretty decent place to leave it for this one, Keith. And if you have anything else, let's wrap up.